Discovering the secret factors behind Ottoman Empire's success. The Ottoman Empire was known as one of the most powerful and enduring empires in history, ruling vast territories stretching from the heart of Europe to the depths of the Middle East and North Africa. However, the true strength behind this great empire was not as straightforward as many might think. It relied on a complex blend of politics, diplomacy, military power, and manipulation of individuals. While the Ottoman Empire may outwardly appear to be a cohesive hierarchical monarchy, the hidden reality behind its strength is likely more intriguing than many realize. Undoubtedly, military strength was one of the main factors that enabled the Ottoman Empire to endure for more than 600 years. However, behind the soldiers and cavalry lay a unique strategy involving the use of new troops known as the Janissaries. These soldiers were selected from among children taken from Christian villages in Eastern Europe. They were raised in the Ottoman court and trained for combat. Yet, these soldiers were not merely instruments of war, they also served as a political tool in the hands of the Sultan. The harem and the eunuchs are two of the most fascinating truths behind the strength of the Ottoman Empire was the complex web of relationships within the Imperial Palace. While the popular image of the Sultan's harem often revolves around beauty and luxury, the reality was much darker. The harem represented a hidden economic and political force, with the women of the palace playing a pivotal role in decision-making. As for the eunuchs, who held some of the highest positions in the state, they were considered the gatekeepers to power. Although these men were deprived of the ability to pass on their lineage through children, they found ways to build strong influence through their proximity to the Sultan and their keen political acumen. Within the Ottoman Empire, most royal marriages were based on politics and strategy. The Sultan is married to strengthen political power and support imperial expansion. However, behind every marriage lay a hidden scene of manipulation and secret deals. For instance, there were clandestine relationships between the women in the palace and members of the military or diplomatic forces, paving the way for numerous political coups. At times, some sultanas became targets of conspiracies from within their own harem, where the competition for power among them reached its peak. The Ottomans have always been skilled in diplomacy and foreign policy, but what many do not know is that these diplomats heavily relied on the use of spies and secret information. The Ottoman Empire managed a complex network of spies throughout the world and had secret relationships with the major European powers of the time, such as Austria and France. These relationships were based on providing misleading information or manipulating enemies, giving them an advantage in many military and political conflicts. One of the most intriguing stories shrouded in mystery concerns a mysterious sultan who led the empire from behind the scenes. It is said that this person, whose name is not mentioned in official sources, was one of the close advisors to the Sultan. This man secretly possessed the power to control sultanic decisions and had deep influence within the Ottoman system. At times, this secret sultan acted behind the curtain, either by directing military leaders or issuing orders to senior ministers, keeping his name unknown in official records. Some believe this person was another eunuch or a mysterious minister whose role in managing state affairs was omitted from history due to its ominous nature. The role of trade in Ottoman power cannot be overlooked, as control over trade routes between East and West brought enormous wealth to the empire. However, behind this economic success, there were indirect ways to benefit from trade through heavy tariffs and taxes, even on allies. There was also manipulation in the markets and currency, allowing the Ottomans to achieve substantial profits. Some historical documents show that certain figures in the palace oversaw secret investments in gold, pottery, and silk markets, which gave the Ottomans the economic influence that enabled them to dominate the ancient world. In the late periods of the Ottoman Empire, there were significant efforts to improve military technology, and in some cases, innovative weapons were developed in complete secrecy. It is said that some Ottoman engineers were working on developing unconventional weapons, such as hand grenades and explosives, before these technologies became common in Europe. These inventions were regarded as military secrets that should not be revealed even to allies. It is well known that the Ottoman Empire suffered from increasing corruption at many stages of its history. Corruption permeated the palace, the military, and the administrative authorities. It was common for high-ranking positions to be bought with money or family connections, which sometimes weakened the state in the face of external challenges. Interestingly, these corrupt officials were not always punished, rather, they often promoted themselves to higher positions due to their alliances within the Imperial Council. As time progressed, the Ottoman Empire began to experience internal decay due to these complex political and economic games. Despite its immense military and economic power, the internal structure of the empire was slowly deteriorating. Corruption, espionage, and internal divisions contributed to the sudden fall of the empire in the 20th century. Some historians believe that there were internal parties involved in pushing the empire toward its end.